A very good morning, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And we are taking a look on what is happening without fear, without favor. And I said to note that a Masvingo, Great Zimbabwe University student, was suspended for posting in a WhatsApp group. So, what happened is that on 8 April, a student called Darlington Matola I received a letter from the Great Zimbabwe Registrar's Office, and it was a verdict from the disciplinary committee. And this is a student disciplinary committee which met on 26 March 2025, and they found him guilty. And here is the charge. So they are saying that on 5 February, around 21:15 hours, 6 February 2025 about 14:30 hours, and 7 February 2025 at about 10:21 hours, 14 February at 21:18, and 14 February 21:50. They are saying that he posted disparaging remarks against the university management, and he incited other students in a WhatsApp group named Students Barracks. And they are saying that in so doing, he contravened Section 314 of Ordinance number 2 of the Great Zimbabwe University Student Conduct and Discipline of 2004, and Section 17 of the Great Zimbabwe University Act, Chapter 25 for 24, number 11 of 2002. So they've written to advise him that the Vice Chancellor upheld the guilty verdict and penalty, and he was suspended from university for 2 semesters with immediate effect. And they warned him that if he commit the same offense or any other similar offense over the duration of his studies at Great Zimbabwe University, he will render himself liable for further and more severe disciplinary action. And we need to look at two things. Number one, they do not specify what the disparaging remarks he made. So when this matter is coming out to the public, no one knows what he said. So probably he said he complained about how the university was treating them, because you remember that students are allowed to complain when there is a problem. Students are allowed to complain. Students can speak. These are WhatsApp groups. Zawe students. So after incitement, as they say, what happened? They do not specify the consequences of his remarks, how he incited other students. After other students were incited, what happened? There is no specification whatsoever of that. So when you are getting to a sentence, then you cannot suspend a student for 2 semesters. This is a whole year you have suspended a student. And they do not tell us that he was once given a warning, or he was once charged with another case of a similar nature. They do not tell us about that. What happened to warning and cautioning of students? They are not telling us right here in this letter that we have warned you and cautioned you, but we continue to do A, B, C, D. So 2 semesters, no sane person would charge a student and then suspend them for 2 semesters for a case which is not specified, and for a case with no which whatever he said does not have consequences. They do not specify the consequences and the outcomes of whatever which he said. And that is the reason why we say this is the biggest problem which we now have. ZANU-PF is now arming universities, and these universities are now becoming so dangerous, especially for the students, because they end up being controlled and doing everything according to what these people want. And it's not good. So, in as much as students must be respectful, and students must conduct themselves, as students, it's bad that when students speak out, you then resort to silencing them. They have their beliefs which must be upheld. We have seen this character and this behavior for a very long time. So many people have suffered in the hands of ZANU-PF. And the reason why I'm interested in this case is because they do not specify what he did specifically. If you are going to your father with this suspension letter, what is your father going to say? Because they don't post anything. They don't tell us where to refer to the issues which they are talking about. So these people must be warned that whatever which happens, they must remember that there is a constitution to talk about, the national constitution of the country. So they must do everything respecting the constitution as well. You don't suspend a student for a year. That is that is just like sending away a student. So the student will be sitting home for the whole year, not attending school lessons, not doing anything. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. If you wanted to suspend a student, a 1 month, 2 months is maximum. That is understood, understandable. Not just for a year, 2 semesters. It doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. Whatever justification, whatever the charge, whatever they might say or think, to me, it doesn't make sense. But we have seen it happening at MSU. We have seen it happening at Great Zimbabwe, and this is now a norm. But this signifies the end of ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF is not going to continue to terrorize students like this. ZANU-PF is not going to continue to act as if they are the untouchables forever. This is going to have an end. One day, this is going to end. And one day, justice shall be served. A country cannot continue the way Zimbabwe is continuing, where everybody is being punished simply because they have their own beliefs, simply because they stand somewhere. And these people, they will be doing bad things. And the students are not allowed to complain. Students are not allowed to say any word. If you say something, you are punished. If you say something, you are then sacked from the school. So everybody will be told, okay, Makaiwana example, Ningi's your example. If you do A, B, C, D, we are going to make sure that we punish you. We're going to make sure that we do everything to stop you. And these people don't even think about tomorrow to say, okay, what about tomorrow if something happens tomorrow? If a change comes and all of you are told to come and answer for the criminal activities you have done, what are you going to say? So that is the biggest problem where we have kuti nyika yese inenge ichinzi chancellor ndiningi naningi naningi, and these vice chancellors are appointed on political grounds. It's not proper. So we hope and believe that these young people will appeal, and we hope and believe that the courts will help them, because it can't be justice like this.